video number 2 in my little series of drawing videos. So the last one you watched was how to frame your drawings, how to set the where you're going to put the drawing on the page and using your photograph. Right, so quick mention that I forgot to say when I was videoing, because I was all like, oh, not sure what I'm talking about. Well, I don't usually draw this way. This is like a new thing to me, so I just thought I'd share it with people that are new to drawing. It's a very technical way of doing it, but if you haven't got the natural skill to be able to visualise something and be able to see it and draw it and just guess, like that's what I do. I just guess. I'm just like, see how it looks. If it looks right, keep it. If it doesn't, just go over it. But some people aren't like that. Some people like to get it exactly right, in the right place, and do it that way. I'll just quickly show you. I did this one freehand. Now, by freehand, I mean it was drawn exactly the same way as the other one, but I didn't put any masking tape around it, and I didn't measure the sections. I actually just drew it as I saw it. Now that works, and a lot of people work that way. I was one of those people, but now I've changed my technique because I like to be a bit more precise. Okay, so right, back to it. So now we are moving on to, so we've got our page ready to go, masking taped, bordered, whatever. Now we're moving on to this. Okay, so we've got our picture. Another thing is, I didn't usually use the actual photograph. I used to look at the photograph, but I never used to measure the photograph. I used to just sort of draw from the picture, like look at it, think, oh, that's about there, then put it about there. This time round, I am doing it differently. So what we do, I get a series of squares and rectangles on the picture to work from. So first thing I'll do is fold it in half exactly. So this is when you need to be measuring, really. So you'll fold it in half exactly. I then fold it that way exactly. I'll then fold it to the halfway point exactly again, and the halfway point exactly again. So you basically, I'll end up with, depending on what shape the photograph is, because all photographs are a different shape. They're not all this shape, but this is probably about standard size. There's about 8 sections there, so that's perfectly fine for this. It depends on the amount of detail you've got on the photograph. So basically, the more detail you've got in each of these squares, the harder it's going to be. So you really need to think, oh, you might need more squares, if you know what I mean. You need to break it down a bit more. So if there's too many stripes on that square, you might want to make another square so that it's just a little bit easier to get, like, break it down. So anyway, right, mumble over, 3 minutes 28 seconds. Right, come on. Okay, so now this is where I get a ruler. I get a pen. Now, don't use a pen on your actual drawing, okay? Don't make that mistake. So so we're on our photograph now, okay? Because you need to be able to see the pen marks on the photograph. So you're going to draw around all the folded edges that you've made. So let's just show you what I do. This is probably not going to be perfect, but you know, because I'm not perfect with everything I do. Right, okay, so okay, I'll just do a couple of them for now. Okay, so you can see, I'll just you probably can't see, but you can see there's a line there, and that goes across the whole thing. I'm just going to stop it for a moment, and I'm going to do another video which is sped up, just showing it sped up. Okay, so now I've done that, I've got the lines going through it. It's now time to start on the actual drawing itself. So we've got our border. You can't really see it, I know, it's really rubbish camera. So what we do, let's try and get comfortable a bit. So I'm a bit like, oh gosh. Right, okay, let's move you there, see if you can get a better view of what I'm doing. Oh, I really have no idea here, but you know, we'll see. See what happens. So now what I'm going to do, I'll probably have to do this way. One moment. Try and get a better view on the camera. Okay, can you see that? Can you see that? Hopefully you can. Sorry if it's a bit bad. Okay, so we're marking. You see, you can tell I'm not a very exact person, can't you? Right, get the pen away. Silly Leanne, get the pen away. I'm hoping you can see this okay. Sorry if you can't. Right, so we're going to line up each of these lines and put a little dot where they are on the actual. It saves getting a ruler. You can use a ruler, but I just like to take a shortcut. Okay, so I'm not going to do it like this because it's really awkward and I can't do it with one hand. It's really too hard to do that. So I'm going to do it this way. Okay, just show you. Okay, so we're going to get all these lines drawn on. Let's just move this back a bit. You can probably see better then. You can see better. Okay. So all these lines. And again, like, you can just use a ruler, but that's just not me. I don't work with rulers. I'm not very technical minded like a mathematician. Things don't have to be exactly perfect, you know. Nobody's perfect. It doesn't have to be perfect. So again, I'm just gonna go through and do all this and then la la la. And line that up. Shortcuts. Me and my shortcuts. Okay. Get the ruler. Now, when you're drawing the lines on your drawing itself, keep them really light because you're going to have to draw over these or rub them out while you're drawing, during the process of your drawing. So you don't want something that you can't cover up, and you don't want something that's just like you can't rub out either. So you don't want to see those lines when your drawing's done. Okay, so bear that in mind. Okay, and then we draw very light lines. These ones are quite dark because I've got quite a dark building and there's a lot of lines on the building. But let's say you were drawing a person. Now, if you're drawing a person, there's no lines on people's faces other than wrinkles if they're very old. I'm getting there, you know, I'm getting some wrinkles too, so I guess it comes to all of us at some point. So yeah, it really depends on the sort of drawing you're doing. Usually I draw people, but I have a very strong fascination with historical buildings and history, so I've decided I'm going to do a series of these drawings. Perfect. Right, so I'll just show you what my drawing looks like. Okay, can you see? Can you see? It's just lines. Lines. Can you see? Lines. Okay, so that's the basis really. Okay, so the next video we're going to start the sections of the work. Now, I work from right to left, but I'll just show you how to do each segment. We're going to separate the pictures so they're in manageable sort of sections. So if it's a person you're drawing, if it's an animal, whatever it is you're drawing, you can manage in these small sections. See you soon.